Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So this is Muhammad Irfan, Assistant Editor on Ulum Journal of Islamic Studies, Al-Karam International Institute, Era, Pakistan. I'm thankful to Malik Yar Muhammad Research Institute, Balpur, the organizer of First International Conference on Social Sciences and Islamic Studies, who has given me an opportunity to present my research at this international event. Thank you. So the title of my research paper here is Human Rights in Accordance with Islamic Injunctions, Precept and Impact in Ongoing Era. In this regard, my research paper, of course, follows a kind of flow. I mean, content. There is content flow, which includes backdrop of research, fundamental question, main argument, approaches, which are literalist and humanist. Three spectrums in this regard: Cairo Declaration of on Human Rights, Women's Role, and Feminist Movement. Criticism through Muslim scholars, results, and finally conclusion. So first of all, study backdrop. The Western scholars are of the perspective that Islam is not harmonious with human rights regimes. So this is a kind of thought that has ignited a scholarly discussion on the given area of study, whether Islam is harmonious with human rights and human rights protection. So my main fundamental question in this regard is Islam compatible with human rights? Yes, of course. Islam is truly compatible with human rights and a torch bearer of human rights protection. In order to support this main argument, I follow two approaches, which are literalist and humanist, and these are posited by Akbarzadeh, who is the author of Islam and Human Rights and Practices. And this well-known and esteemed scholar, has conducted his research and authored his research finally in order to address the objection posed by the Western scholars. So, as far as the approaches are concerned, first, literalist approach revolves around the Qur'anic and Hadith text, which completely guides towards human rights protection, whereas the humanist approach is based on individual behaviors. Herewith, it should be crystal clear that individuals are responsible for their own behaviors, and if there is any kind of a violation towards humans at any level or in any part of Muslim world, it should not be ascribed to the Islamic teachings. Next, three spectrums. To go deep further to support those approaches and main arguments to address fundamental question, I have given here three main spectrums and the subsequent criticism of the scholars. Accordingly, to explore the humanist one, I discussed the atrocities committed by individuals and rulers. I also unveiled, in relation to this study, three spectrums, including the Cairo Declaration on Human Rights, women's role in society, the feminist movement, impacts, etc., etc. Given the vitality of Cairo Declaration on Human Rights, it appeared that Islamic commandments such as inheritance and women's rights have been undermined, as maintained by Muslim scholars. So the results of my research, these include as given below. Certainly, Islam in true spirit is compatible with human rights. Obviously, the West projects the irregularities committed on the hands of some ruthless rulers in the Muslim world and associates it with the stance that Islam does not allow the protection of human rights. So this is a kind of misunderstanding. Number two, the crux of the West's objection against Islam is that Islam's literalist approach defies the democratic system, which is a standard of human rights protection maintained by the West. Importantly, it is rational to mention that associating human rights protection only with the democratic system is partial. According to pro-West scholars, another proof of Islam's incompatibility is the absence of harmony between Muslims and non-Muslims in the Muslim societies. The West also projects that women do not enjoy equal status in Muslim societies. This stance in particular is likely to be discussed when they observe the inheritance and diverse law of Islam. Due to pressure by the West, a declaration called the Cairo Declaration on Human Rights was established to ensure Sharia compatibility with the Western objections. Uh, the severe criticism in this scholarly circles of Islam prevailed, who had not endorsed the declaration yet, and they termed it an effort to divert the teachings of Islam. Further, modern thoughts have been reformulated, in particular on gender roles and rights. That is why, in some Muslim societies, feminist movement that was that rose in China find solid grounds. Finally, conclusion. Islamic teachings promote human rights as a fundamental base for ethical and moral system. Observation of such rights brings tangible impacts within Muslim society. In the light of the above mentioned perspectives, it is rational to maintain that Islam is a universal champion of rights. There is compatibility between Islam and human rights. Efforts regarding reformulation of Islamic thought on gender rights and roles are levels in many Muslim countries, particularly in Iran. With the passage of time, a certain level of maturity will gain in this regard. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.